Okay, everybody, we've got a Scorpion update. I got my two Emperors right here under some warm water, not too hot, but a lot of water in case they want to submerge and drink. And so they're in there for now, and they look really cool. And they are chilling on this ancient rock from Illinois that's like formed during the time that scorpions were still in the ocean, and they're under warm water, not too hot, so they can choose to submerge if they want and drink, because their tanks don't have water bowls really. But this one that looks like it's about to molt has been in isolation in this container, so which is very, very wet, because I guess the water bowl, which is this shell, spilled because the scorpion tilted it somehow, I guess. But and sad news as well, which is my common California scorpions have perished, died. Very, very sad. I don't know why they died. I'm not sure why they died, but it's really sad. I found them like this today, just in a tank here, and they look healthy, like they look hydrated, their bellies look full, and the humidity in there is only high right now because I sprayed it after I found out that they were dead. So I was like, okay, well, might as well spray. But beforehand, it was being kept at like 70% humidity down to like 50, and the temperature here was down to 63, up to like 80 at least, near this heater in there. This is the 8-watt external heat pad that I got to replace the 4-watt, because the 4-watt was not warm enough. And so I got this bigger one, but this isn't even warm enough. It only stays warm an inch away from this, so they would always hug it and such. And so I got my refund for that, and I'm getting a better one that actually you can control the temperature with a dial and such. And yeah, this is the Sea Scorpion 3D print, Eurypterus, that I got 2 years ago from a friend who 3D printed stuff. So, and also I still have my Opabinia and my Anemalicaris right here, which is another ancient, extinct group of arthropods, or just Basil's arthropods. But anyway, there was always a dry spot for them, and there was always a hot spot for them. So it's really sad to see them die because they haven't even reached the summertime. I really wanted them to encounter harvestmen, daddy longlegs, because they're related. It's really cool to have them live side by side and such. So that's really sad. I already had my grieving, I guess you could say, but now I have to make absolutely sure that these emperors survive, because they're bigger and they're still here, and I have the water to keep it humid for them, the spray bottle, purified water, not tap, and I'm getting a new heater, and I like treating them to this water being spoiled with a rock on some warm water that's deep enough for them to go into if they want. So, and how do you guys deal with these UV lights, like, not being bright enough over time? Like, they kind of get weak. I suppose it's probably a battery thing, but it's really annoying because it's kind of like wasting a battery, right? If you replace it without it dying first. But I'm really glad that these guys are still good and I can still treat them. And another new thing in here I got are these southern flat coil snails, which are pretty small, but they're cool. I got a bunch of them and they might mate, and they're all live, and they're actually native to southern US, so they're actually quite unique being here because they're not found around here. And those are pretty new for my terrarium. And I got this limestone from Sterling, Illinois. It's like a mustard yellow. It's very cool. It's like a mustard yellow color. And I just had to bring it home because it was, mustard yellow. Doesn't look like it on camera, but it is. It's just the flash making it look a little pale. But, so yeah. But I am worried about the wood lice population in here because, as you can see, there's a lot. And they're under not only that, but other things in here. And there's cricket juveniles. And I'm worried about if these scorpions need a molt, they will be chewed on and die. Which is why I've been having a smaller one that looks extremely gravid and about ready to pop out of its membrane, keeping it in a separate moist confinement without any mandibules to chew on it. If it chooses to molt, which it will. These guys are only like 2 to 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches, and they are supposed to be 8 inches at maturity, so I plan to ensure that maturity occurs with this new heat source coming in, and of course keeping it very moist in there and safe during molting. Right now they're just chilling, I guess. They don't. Last time I did this, they drank and swam and went back up, but it's alright. So I should just a little update for May 4th. And yeah, I still love these guys. Seems like these guys are going to be the ones that live to see harvestmen. This summer, last fall they saw some and they ate some right at the end of harvestman season when they were dying off and such, but some were still alive that I got to put beside these guys. So yeah, really sad to see these guys go. They're close array and their whole body was just so iconic in shape and color, and they were actually very active the first month they were in here. They would go all the way around the border at night when it was dark and eat centipedes and eat crickets and stuff, and they would eat and hang out by the heat wall, and suddenly they just died, and I didn't introduce anything poisonous in there. nothing artificial. Water hasn't changed. I mean, it got cold in Illinois for this time of year, but I mean, I got these guys in mid-February, so it was much colder back then, and they were healthier back then. So, and the substrate is like a sandy soil medium, which is good for the emperors to dig in and move around, and for it to expel humidity over time, because it holds humidity. And I figured the desert ones were fine because there were sand patches and rock patches that stayed dry that I didn't spray. But maybe the mycosis and the moisture somehow got to them and it led to their death, which I feel very sad about. So while I can't get refunds for these expensive babies, I did get a refund for that mat, and I'm trying to be better for the ones that are still remaining. And another thing I like to do to spoil these guys is spray them while they're on the rock. Kind of like to emulate a tropical sprinkle, or like a beach, sprinkle, like precipitation as they sit on a rock next to water safely.